Hey everybody, welcome back. So today we have Inosuke from Demon Slayer without his mask. So this is a 3/4 pose, right? So he's kind of in action, swinging his sword. We can see the sword coming in across the corner of the page here. I'm on a landscape orientation page. Use a pencil, hit your pause button when I go too fast, okay? So we're going to start just here with his eyes, right? So 3/4 pose means we have one eye that's smaller than the other. So we have the big eye here, small eye here, and then side of his face, chin, and his shoulder come across. So let's just get started, and we'll go. Let's go. So we're going to start about the center point of my page is where his big eye will start, right? So it'll go up, starting about here, go up across like this, and then we'll go down like so. Okay, so like a big arch, right? Real big eye. And we got to thicken up this eyelid, so we're going to make it just a bit wider, right? So we're going to go around, down like so. Okay, and Inosuke has eyelashes coming out from here, like so. You can kind of put as many as you want. I'll just do that much. So his iris then, it's Demon Slayer iris, so you don't have to worry about it being like a perfect circle. It can be bumpy, sort of angled, kind of like this kind of thing. Doesn't need to be a perfect circle, which is handy for us. So inside, his pupil is kind of the same story. It's kind of like angled, not really a circle. But with Inosuke, he's got like a white circle inside the center. Not all the time, but in this image he does anyway. And you just color around it black, okay? And then we have an extra circle coming around like so. These sort of, I guess you'd call them iris lines or muscle lines or something, just coming around his eye. Okay, like that. And then his bottom eyelid is just underneath that, so it's just like a V, so it just like comes down like so, back up. And it doesn't go up the whole way on both sides. It doesn't touch the other side. You just draw it in like that, and you can thicken it up a little bit. And add some eyelashes coming off as well. So like small sort of eyelashes just sticking off like that. Okay. So his eyebrow, right? So it's pretty big eyebrow. And let's see, it's just about here. So we bring it down, a line down like that first. And then it's going to tick across the top of his eye. So it's going to like come across this way. Like that kind of thing, right? Real close to his eyelid. And then it'll go up here and about above the edge of his iris here. It'll point down then. Right? Like so. And this end is thicker. So like here. It's thicker than the bottom part. So it goes up like so. Gets a little bit thinner as we go up. And then down into here. And they're dark black inside. And then we have some eyelid lines, so like a line So like just a line here, maybe coming back that way, and then some coming down the side just here. Like so. Okay, so if you wanted to stop here, that's how you draw one of Inosuke's eyes. The end. But we won't stop there. We'll go across and we'll do his other eye. So this is the smaller eye, right? So it's a 3/4 pose, so that means this eye is kind of turned away from us, right? So it starts here, right? So it's higher than this. So we're starting the same point in the eye, but it's higher up, okay? That's important. So it curves up like so. So we're going up even higher now than his eyebrow, right? So this eye is much higher up. So this keeps going out to here, right? This is his eyelid line, so it's this line, okay? And look at the arch, it's because his face is turned away, so it's like higher up, you're curving it higher. I know it might be confusing to some people, but this is how high up you want to go. We're above his eyebrow, right? But trust me, okay? Trust me. So, we're going to go down like so. And bring it down into here. Just thickening it up now, right? And there'll be some eyelashes, like the other eye sticking off here. Just a couple, 2 or 3 or 4. And then his iris will come out from here just like this one, except it'll be a bit skinnier because this is in perspective now. So that means when things are further away, they get smaller, they don't get bigger. So we gotta make sure it's skinnier than this one. And look how far down I am now again. I'm like right across from the pupil of this eye. So let's say the top of the pupil there. So I'm not going down further than that. And then we bring it back up, right? And then his pupil of this eye, just inside here. And you go around again. And remember, it doesn't have to be a perfect circle because it's Demon Slayer. So white inside and the rest black. So the bottom eyelid then points this way because his face is turned away from us. So it's going to point down, back up. Okay. Like that. We'll thicken it up a little bit. And you can add some eyelashes sticking off. Like so. Oh, and there's those lines inside his eye as well. So his eyebrow, right, it comes down right along, so this, it touches like this line, but it kind of then bumps out around. So it kind of bumps out here, goes back up. It's kind of touching his eyelid. Goes back up to here, into there. And then it's thicker down here and skinnier at the top. Like so. And this is colored in dark, okay? Like so. So we have some eyelid lines just in here, like that. And a frown line, so just between them, right? So we have his eyebrow line here, and then there's a bit of a frown line coming up, say here. And it goes up towards his eyebrow here and up there. And maybe another one for his nose, just like, say, here. That's like the bridge of his nose. So that's his eyes. Pause it there and see if you can get them all in the right spot. So just remember, this one's higher up and it's like skinnier. It's probably half the width of this eye. Like if you look at this width here, it's just maybe half that. This eye, real small. So his nose, right? So we just have some lines going down this way, just under his eye, right? Two of them, just there, under the small eye. Because his face is going this way, so that means his nose is pointing this way. And then a curvy line for the tip of his nose, just there. And then a nostril just beside it, just there. So his mouth then is just underneath his nose, okay? So it's the face is turned away, so we just have the side of his mouth just there, and the rest of the mouth will come back this way towards this eye, okay? So we're going to curve it this way, back up like so, and then we'll go around. Like that. So we're just, this is underneath the inside of this eye. And then we'll add teeth, right? So teeth inside, curve it down, just a line across like that. You could thicken up this line just to make it look a bit more shadowed for his top lip, you know? Just like maybe give it a thicker line. Just here, if you wanted. Not essential though. And then the bottom teeth, just a curved line there, and then a curved line coming out and across and up into the side of his mouth, just here. Okay, like so. So his chin, right, is just here, just below his mouth, right? But it comes up to his jaw going this way. Okay, just there. And if you're looking for proportions, right, from the chin to say his top lip is about the same from his top lip to his top eyelid, just here, right? So like this. The eyes are really big in Demon Slayer. So from say here to here is about the same as from here to here. So this would mark maybe your halfway point between the top of his eye and his chin, just if you're trying to get things in the right place. So once you get that, we can go up the side of his face. So it goes out for his jaw, this way. And of course in Demon Slayer, some of these lines are thicker than others. Right, so this curves this way, little slight bend, it's not really a straight line, and then it wraps around his cheek, so that's going around his cheek now, see that, like his cheekbone, and then this will go pretty straight up the side of his face, and his brow just there, okay. Like that. Oh, and he has a little just mark underneath. Demon Slayer characters have this sort of mark underneath their bottom lip there. It's like a shadow line or something. Okay, so his fringe. Right, we'll go up and do that. So we have some spikes coming down like so. One there. Then we have a relatively big one that comes down right across his eyebrow, like so, down to a spike in the middle of his forehead. Okay, goes under another spike, but you can erase that line afterwards. So this spike will come back up, and as I said, it goes under a spike here. So this comes across like that, and then goes up this way like that. Okay, and this spike will come across, goes like right across the top of his eye and back into here, and then we bring it back up his head like this, and the other side of it will go like this way. Okay, and this spike should go this way. Might have another texture line just going up the center as well. So his next spike will come down across his eyebrow, back up this way. About there, bring it up that way. And then we have another hair spike just here. This goes up like so, up to there, back around like that. And maybe another texture line or shading line just coming around here. And this line just up here will bend in like this and then go up like that. So let's see. Right, so the hair on the side of his face, so it comes down like so. And then it'll come, one will come right underneath his eye, just here, back to there. And then come down across his jaw, just here. And then back up like so. Another spike here, back in. And it doesn't, we meet his shoulder here, right? So we can't see the hair that's here. The rest of the hair will go around his head, around to here from his shoulder. So let's say, to place that, right, we'll come down from this spike, right, just here. Okay. Stop about there, just across from this hair spike. And then his ear will be in here. So it'll come down like so. Okay. That's his ear, and we've got bones and ligaments. The easiest way is a letter J. But of course, you can make it more detailed if you want. As much as you want, really. And then we have a shoulder line just here, right? So just like a big curved line coming down like so. Okay, and as in Demon Slayer, you can always thicken up these lines. Like that if you want. There might be a texture line coming up the side of his hair there as well. And then we have more hair spikes. So hair spike there. So as you can see, his head is turned and his arm is coming down this way. So we spike. Like so. Another spike to there. Spike in like this. Back up. Like so. And this one is going to go long now. Up around his head. To there. And some of these lines get thicker going up his head as well. Might be a texture line coming on this spike up to here. Maybe there, maybe here. And then we have a couple of hair spikes sticking out here. 3 sort of smaller ones. Spike there. Spike there. And like that. This one goes up, down, into there. Maybe texture line. Texture line. Right, we'll keep going. So this will go up around the back of his head, right? Kind of bumping like this kind of thing. Okay? And you can thicken it up a little bit along the way if you want. This part isn't totally essential, but if you're looking for the Demon Slayer style of animation, you could. This goes up, bumping around. That, and then we'll keep going. So we'll go up, down, like that. And if you're looking for proportions like of his head, right? So like the top of his head from here to here is about the same as here to here. So like to the middle of this spike, right? Or like this eyelid line, you know, from chin to this eyelid line is about the same to up to here. So like the top of this eye, that's about the same distance there. Okay, just about. So just about here marks the halfway point down. So that's how high up you want to go with his head. Then going down that way, coming out and down like so. And this spikes up to here. And then we have another spike sticking out just here. Like so. Another one coming down to there. Spike back up. And let's see, another one here. Like so. And then this will go back in. Down to there. Back into here. Back out like so. Up. Down. Into there. Another spike here. Another spike there. And we keep going all the way into his face. So we just go spiking that way, spike that way. And this one goes into his face here. And then we have room for one more, just going that way. Just thickening up some of the edges here. And maybe a line going up that way. Doo-doo-doo. Maybe one more just in here as well. Like so. And maybe this line would go a bit further. Up to there. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry, one more. Nearly finished the hair. Just these lines at the top of his head as well. So just bumping around here like this. And these lines might go up a little bit higher from his fringe, you know. And like a couple of lines just to represent the part in his head, just here. Going that way for that one. And then one across here. Okay, so now that's his head done, finally. So, arm going this way, back is up here. So right up, his arm will go off the page and his back is here and curves down this way. So we'll do his arm first. So this comes across like so. Okay. That's like his bicep. Yeah, his bicep. Question mark. And then his forearm will come off the page that way. Okay. So if that's his bicep, his tricep has to be somewhere. Let's see. Here, right? Bicep, tricep, yeah. So it comes like so. Goes into like his elbow there. And like that. So if you had more room, you could add maybe his forearm. So like his forearm might come down that way. And his elbow would be in there. And then, so in here then, we have like just a little line just to show, say, the gap between his bicep and his tricep. You know, and there might be some hatching bringing this up that way. And then a line just for his shoulder muscle area, just here. Like that. And maybe a shadow in here. Okay. And then his armpit, right, will just be in here. This is going into his back now. This is the start of his back muscle. So that's his whole shoulder area. That means his armpit just here, right? That's his armpit. And it might have a line coming out from there. You know, and some thick lines. Just there. Maybe a thick line here. And like his ribs and his back muscle, or not back muscles, stomach muscles and stuff, right, will be in here. So these are like bumped down because he's got his like fur clothes on here. So this like spikes. So this is like, you know, the fur that he wears around his waist. So it just comes down, goes off my page, and it comes in just back in here. If you have more room, you could just bring it around. But I can't fit that. So it just comes back, and it'll go around his back, right? So this is like his waist. And then we have it going up his back here, right? And it could be a kind of a bumpy line because he's got like, you know, muscles in his back. He's a pretty ripped dude. And so then the top of that fur and stuff is like, I guess, comes back out in line with this. So it like curves out here, spikes out in various ways, just going out, and it goes off my page again, just here. Okay. And then the rest of his back, so comes up, right? So it goes up this way. And curves in there. And you can make this a thick line if you wanted. Maybe another fur just there. Bring it up a bit higher. And right, so that's his back, and then we have shoulder muscle just there, going up real close to his hair. Okay, so and this is like quite a thick line as well. Like that. So we're going to add some like anatomy sort of in here, right? So line for his spine. That's right, his spine. So we go up around in here. Okay. And then this continues like to here. Okay. So it like follows out this way. So that's his spine going that way. And then we have his shoulder just here. I can't remember the name of this muscle, but scapula, I think. So it's the one that like goes in under your armpit. So like it's here and it goes in under here, attaches into there. And you have it on that side as well, right? So that's just the line for the start of that. And it attaches to your shoulder, so the one on this side should have a line here as well. So, like, say here. So that's the shoulder going in to his scapula. I think it's the scapula. I could be wrong. And then this curves around here like that. And we'll add another line just for his like rib area, just there. And then his stomach lines there. Maybe like a shadow in here. Thicken up this line as well, needs probably a shadow. Curve line here. And then yeah, like a line for his ribs, just coming here. So like goes this way, up like so, back into there. So this is like the back of his ribs. Do you know if you feel your ribs go into your back? So it's like that kind of thing. Complicated, I know, that sort of anatomy kind of stuff, but do your best. Pause there. I think that's the last of it. Yeah. So it's like stuff like that. And then there's like fur lines just all in here, right? And some of them are thicker and thinner than others. Like that. So that's all like fur and texture. Okay. Then, so we're nearly there. So just his arm here and his sword just coming in here, and then maybe his knee. So his arm, so if this is his back and his shoulder, his like scapula area, that means his shoulder will come out there, and the other side of it should be, say, here. And then this will like curve in a little bit, just there. And you can thicken up these lines as well. So this will swing out this way for his tricep. Quite a thick line again. And it will go up and around. And this will go up and join his elbow, somewhere up off my page there. I couldn't fit it in. So, and then his bicep will come off my page, just going off this way. There. And maybe you could see maybe a little bit of his forearm. I'm not quite sure, but maybe there. And then the bicep, tricep line. So it's the line separating the bicep from the tricep just there. And then a shoulder line coming down like so. Maybe another one here. So this arm is going up to his hand, somewhere off my page, and his sword is coming in across the top of here, just at his head, right? So it's a curving kind of sword, right? So it goes this way. Try and keep it as curvy as I can. So it goes up off the top of my page that way, okay? And then the top of the blade is like, so it's all jaggedy, so it's like this kind of thing, okay? comes down, up to another jagged area. Okay, so if you wanted to do this, just following the top of the sword, right? So say another one there, right? Another one here. So like a broken line, just trying to follow the top of his sword, like that. And then each one has a dip inside, like this. That kind of thing. And they don't have to be super even, you know, because he literally like destroys the sword to make it all sort of jaggedy like this. So this kind of thing, okay? You could have them even if you wanted. And then inside this side, we should see just a little bit of a shadow line just coming down like so. And then we'll do another line inside just for the blade. Tricky to get the arc correct, but we'll do our best. That. Okay, so his knee then, so we can just, he's like leaping through the air. So this fur comes out around here, right? So spiking up and around this. Like so. Another one here. And another one there. And then his knee is going to swing out from here. So maybe like a few spikes of fur just coming in this way. And then his knee goes like this. And again, this will be like a real big, thick line. And we might have like his thigh muscle going that way or something, you know? And maybe another shadow line just going up here. And we'll thicken up this line. And you can thicken up some of these as well. And yeah, I think that's it. So there you go. How to draw Inosuke from Demon Slayer without his mask. Hope it was helpful, guys. See you in the next one.